All right, shalom everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. We are going live in 3 platforms as usual: Rumble, YouTube, and Discord. For those who like to join us, if you are a Muslim, feel free. You can click at the link is shown in the info of Rumble or YouTube, and you can click at the link and you can join us immediately in Discord if you like to speak to me. Now, for sure, you know, Muslims are very powerful religious people, and my experience with them that they are very powerful. Like they can answer you in a second, sometimes even less than a second. And the fastest answer they say to you, Allah knows best. And when we check Allah, we find Allah knows nothing. So we hope that this is an issue will be solved one day, and we will find some Muslim he knew what he is talking about. In the front of us, here in the news, it says, Iran erupts in fireworks and celebration following President Raisi. His name is Raisi? Raisi. I mean, English is funny. Death. You know, on TV, the government TV, they were showing us people crying, very fake crying, like that guy, when they see the camera, look at him, the camera move. So anyway, and then we found that in the heart of Iran, imagine, in the heart of the capital, people playing firework, and those who they are abroad, they are celebrating, drinking champagne and beer, takbir. Yeah, exactly like North Korea. You know, when this is what happened when you live in a dictator. If we can't call it a country, it's a farm. You know, farm. So people celebrating the death, dancing. You can search. There's tons of videos in YouTube, but just to avoid copyright, we will not play them. Otherwise, you can check them out yourself, and you can see how people they are dancing and playing and happy for the death of this filthy scumbag. Anyway, going back to our topic, which is Islam. Is Allah worth of worship? Is Allah worthy of worship? Who is a Muslim would like to join us? Who is a Muhammadan would like to show us if Allah is worthy of worship? I would like to see that myself, and why? Any Muhammadan? You know, there's tons of videos made by Muslims speaking about Allah worthy of worship, and I found them very funny and very silly. You will not find one of them saying something useful. I cannot see God. Why should I believe in the existence of God? Supposedly now the Muslim is answering the atheist. You know, the Muslims as a community is like somebody living in like, you know, there is a broken mirrors. There is mirrors where they are like broken because somebody broke the mirror, and there is mirrors are badly designed, so like you find yourself in waves, and there is mirrors are made this way just for fun, like in the old days they used to do them just for fun. Like, you know, now we have an app can change the look of your face, can make your mouth big or small, and you know, for this those apps, for sure women, they love them very much. Like, this is why women these days, when they take selfie, nobody knows who they are. Like, you can't even recognize your wife after she takes selfie. Anyway, so the Muslims, they have a new app in their videos. They try to change the face of Allah, and they try to make him look cute. He have a cute mouth. He have nice, beautiful eyes. You know, I mean, the perfect Allah. So they have an app or many apps all over YouTube trying to make Allah look something good. However, the second we examine this God, we will see that all the apps in the world cannot make Allah look good. Who is a Muhammadan would like to take the challenge and join us? Remember, I'm coming in different timing because I would like to see or give opportunity for people from everywhere to join. So right now we are going at 8 o'clock at night. So people they are from Asia, they can join us, and people from USA. Maybe tomorrow we will go at 3 p.m. in New York time. So, you know, people from every location, they have their share to join us. Who is a Muhammadan would like to join us? Anyone? Look, this female Muslim, she want to prove to you that the Bible is corrupted. You know, this is one of the funny, stupid things about Muhammad. When the Muhammadan, they say the Bible is corrupted, you know, because Islam have a problem. When Muhammad, he tried to make himself like following and believing in the same names like Abraham and Musa, etc., he put himself in trouble. When the Muslim, he says, and I want to remind the Christians, when a Muslim, he says to you, your Bible is corrupt, right away say to him, you mean the Bible of Allah is corrupted? The second you say that to him, you will see he is freaking out. And because then he will find out how stupid he is when he say such a statement. Because according to Muhammadan, the Bible is sent by Allah. So how the Muslim, they say to us that the Bible is corrupted, is that something against us or against Allah? It's against Allah for sure. Because if I am God and I send a book and then somebody corrupt my book, that is my problem. I am the God who could not protect my book. And that will make another problem for Muhammadan if you mention that to them, because the Quran says nobody can change the word of Allah. So when the Muhammadan, they say the Bible is changed, they are in fact giving a screwdriver to Allah. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us and tell us why Allah is worthy of worship? We are live in Discord. All what you need to do, you click at the link shown in Rumble or in YouTube, and you can be with us. All right? Any Muhammadan? Always we know when you see Muslim making those statements should be laughable for us, because those people, they are accusing their God that he could not protect his book. In the same time, we have tons of verses in the stupid Quran saying that Allah, he confirmed what is with us. So those silly, you know, like this woman you see in YouTube, they are just, you know, ignorant, low IQ, no education, right? Because, you know, I mean, this is against you, not against us. And if the Christians, you know, and then the Muslim, they say to you that they found the name of Muhammad in the Bible. So why the Christian don't take it? As long as it's easy to take the, you know, let us take this verse out. I mean, do you see how silly, how stupid they are? And then we check who is this guy Muhammad. It turned to be he is the Holy Spirit. It turned to be Muhammad is a spirit, and he will abide with us forever. Very silly, very stupid people. Do we have any Muhammadan from those who worship the God who provide virgins for sex? I am really interested to know more about this very hot sexual God. Any Muhammadan? What the reason Muslim worship Allah? I challenge you to find me a good reason. Anyone? And by the way, I noticed that some people, they say things which is insulting and offending to Islam. Please don't do that. I mean, it's not nice for us as a Christian to insult, especially the most trustworthy Prophet Muhammad, who've been accused by his followers that he stole an underwear. I mean, his followers, they can accuse him because they knew him better than you. But you have no right. So it makes me upset to see people doing that. Show respect. Do you want what happened to me to happen to you? I mean, Daniel, are you a Muslim, my friend?
Hey CP, can you hear me?
I do hear you.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm ex-Muslim. I talked to you like I guess it was 2 years ago, and I was listening to your live yesterday about Iranian president. I know it's not related to your topic. I'm sorry.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
Iranian to begin with. I'm ex-Muslim, like I said, and your interpretation of the event is so true. There's a lot of discrepancy. There's a lot of contradiction based on what you describe it, and people are so suspicious that this is like a full play.
Yeah,
And by the way, we celebrate it. To be honest, in some neighborhood, we did some firework. We are so happy, honestly, because this guy, as you mentioned it rightly so, is he was famous as Butcher of Evin.
right.
Evin is a notorious jail that he killed so many opposition.
Yeah. Well, we saw the videos, actually. There's many videos on YouTube of firework in the heart of Tehran. So this is not something made up. I mean, it's obviously people
Oh,
celebrating.
exactly.
Yeah,
Even in World Cup, look, Iranian, let's say we are the weirdest people because we are so alienated from our government. Anything that happens to our government, we are celebrating. And anything that happened to Iranian people makes Iranian regime also happy. So what happened was in the World Cup, when Iranian soccer team was defeated by US team, people went to a street and celebrated. I've never seen it anywhere else.
yeah,
That
because
people are
because
so,
uh,
yeah.
because the team is not presenting Iran as people; it's presenting the government.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
understand.
you mentioned it. I remember you said there was a Christian gathering in one of the states in United States, and when you went there, you realized they're Iranian. And there is a lot of underground churches in Iran, and I guess I can't see any country like Iran which despise Islam in Middle East. Iranian, they hate it. I'm not saying all of it, but majority of people. They hate Islam, and I believe, maybe I'm wrong, Iranian is gonna be the first country in Middle East that completely threw out the Islam out of the country.
You know, the issue is if Iran is free from Islam, Iran is going to be a great country again because the Persian in their history they were a great nation. They were advanced in many ways and many things, and they went back and they went down since Islam came to them. Since Islam came, everything went wrong, and now Islam is a business in Iran, and they use the religion of Islam to subdue and to control. Otherwise, I believe that even the mullahs themselves, they don't believe. You know, today I was watching the news and I saw those who they are crying, how funny. I wish I can play the videos. I mean, it was hilarious how fake it is. You know, like even the one who became the president now. I mean, this is not.
Yeah.
I mean, this is silly, so stupid. I mean, like, look, when my father he passed away, I was live on air. Honest to God, I did not even make a noise. I acted normally. I finished my life as if nothing happened. So imagine, I mean, this is my father. Those people, they are crying for whom? I mean, how fake, how silly, how stupid, how obvious it is. So,
They're so pretentious. Like
yeah, you
if
know,
you you can't go to any office in Iran, and you can't find anyone as a boss or manager in the office. They don't have a sign of the, when they do ruku in namaz in salah,
Hmm.
they have a sign in their forehead, like a black sign,
Yeah.
blistering sign.
Hmm.
And then I'm not sure how hard they press their forehead to this piece of a stone on the ground to make this sign that makes them look like they're worshiping Allah. They're very good people
Yeah.
because they're so pretentious.
Yeah. You see this stone. Even Sunni they do the same, but the Sunni do it differently. When I was a kid, I used to visit a kid in my age in his house. He come to my house, I go to his house. So his father was sitting in the couch and he had a little rock and he was hitting his forehead with it. So I said
Oh,
to
no.
him, why your dad is doing that? Sounds weird. He told me because he want to make a dark spot in his head. I said, why? He said, later, I will tell you. So later, I said, why your dad was doing that? He said, because then people will know that he was praying a lot to Allah. Yeah, when you put your head in the floor, that sign will appear because it's a skin damage. It's a skin damage. So when you put your head on the floor, it caused your head skin into damage. So it's going to make a dark spot. So this guy now, he want to make himself a religious. He don't pray really. He don't even fast. And remember, once we were leaving, after we ate all the cookies his mom she did, he said, wait, wait, wait. So what? He went to the kitchen. He put some salt in his hand, and he wet his mouth, his lips, and he put salt in his lips. And I was talking to him, but he could not answer because he cannot talk. If he talk, the salt will fall down. So
Uh,
I waited a little bit. Yeah, I told him, what are you doing? He said, because my dad told us when you do that, the salt will make your lips look dry and nobody will know that you are not fasting.
wow.
Yeah, so I
And the
know
question is, yeah, but the question is why their wives they don't have this sign? Aren't they worshiping Allah?
that the men, only the women who care
Yeah,
for them.
exactly.
The men, the women who care, the women, they have 10 kilograms of makeup. You know, and one of the things about Muslim women, for some reason, I don't know why they're obsessed with makeup, they will put a makeup to the point they damage their skin. So if you see a woman, she is 30 years old and she is a Muslim Sunni, but without makeup, she will look like she is 60 because they use a very bad kind of makeup which will make their skin very smooth, have zinc in it, that the makeup is stretch your skin, it make it really really smooth like a baby face, but that will destroy your skin. So they use a lot of this makeup, which is a cheap makeup, and then by in a few years, yes, it make you look now good, but in a few years you will look so bad. So Islamic
and
society is very weird. I find it always be weird. I find it a perfect example of hypocrisy.
and also cosmetic surgery is so prevalent in Middle East, especially in between these Muslim women. Like they're so they have the similar look as if they're all coming from the same.
Well,
They're manufactured by the same company.
this is a thing happening now for everybody everywhere. But I have to say, maybe number one who do plastic surgery for virgin again is the Muslims.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Yeah. And I have another question,
Yeah,
CB, in regards to Baha'is religion or Baha'is cult.
Baha'i. Yeah.
So, yeah, and especially in European country, because when you read the context, especially it sits in the minds of liberal people. They're speaking of uniting all religion. They're all like messenger of God. We should be united. There should be no border. There should be like the same currency and so on. And from the surface, it's very beautiful. But as I talked to my cousin who's Baha'i, I said is a very deep discrepancy. Like the Moses said something else, and the Muhammad said something else, and the Buddhism and Hinduism. How can you say all are manifestation of the God? And he said because every era they need their own prophet, their own messenger, based on their circumstances, the situation, and understanding of the God. And the manifestation of the God is like a mirror, which reflects God on people. I said, okay, if it is mirror, so why every mirror they have the different reflection? And again, same answer based on the situation, based on the era. Now, in this era, we need Baha'i with the manifestation of Baha'u'llah. So,
Mhm.
what is your comment about that?
Well, it's just it's a kind, like what is your comment about hippies? What is your comment about feminist? What is your comment about yeah, LGBT community? So through history, human being he look for a place for him, especially if he find himself lost. So Baha'i is like the religion of no religion. It's nothing. I mean, there's no. So like it's like Muhammad in his time when he was weak, and he have no soldiers, he have no fighters, he have no killers. So he meet the Christian. He say, I believe. Yeah, Isa was a messenger. He see the Jews. He say, yeah, I believe. I believe in Abraham. I believe in Moses. He see the Sabian who believe in Satan and stars. He says, yeah, Sabian, they will go to heaven. So Baha'i is the same as Islam as a beginning, but then when Islam gets strong, Islam became the butcher. Baha'i, they might get into the butcher if they get big in population. Always those false cults, when they are little and tiny, they try to creep into your skin by being so friendly, like hippie thing. The same
Yeah,
as
that's true.
socialist. Socialist, the idea of socialist, it sounds good. Like why somebody is so rich and why somebody is so poor. Where is justice? Why somebody like Elon Musk he own hundred of billions and there's why there's somebody he work all day to make maybe $5. It doesn't sound fair. And they use that argument in order to creep into your mind and convince you that they are the one who can make the change to fix the society. But as soon as they take over, they fix the society to make the one who in charge in the office rich and the one who they are not in the office poor, so nothing changed. So we took the money from the billionaire, we give it to the one who they are in the office. Like now in Iran, the Islamic Republic is based on what? In the beginning, in fact, those who helped the Islamists to take over, it was the stupid socialist.
Yes,
This,
so true.
yes, the stupid socialist in Iran, they thought if we bring those people, we will fix it and we get rid of the king. But as soon as the socialists they supported the Islamist, then the Islamists they killed the socialist and finished him. And now nowhere
Yes,
they
so
can find
true.
him. Yeah.
Some lefty, some communism. I remembering, I saw some videos that even the like some communists stood next to the Muslim and pray in mosque. And I said, wow, how can you unite these two different ideology, communism and Islam,
No,
just to throw
no, they
out the
are the
king?
same because both of them, it's a control freak. Both of them, they share one thing: dictatorship. Dictatorship is based on I am the only one is right and everyone is wrong, which is normal to say. But in their case, if you don't agree with them, you are dead. Like now, if you talk to me, I will say I'm right. The Muslim is wrong, but I don't say the Muslim have to die because he's wrong. No, in their cult, in their fake justice, if you don't agree with them, you are dead. They will kill you. So this is what we saw in Iran. So they speak about that they are serving Allah and they are serving the people. They want to do justice. But if people go in the street striking against them, we hang them and we kill them and we slaughter them and we rape women. So the flag, all of them, they share one thing. They share one flag is justice. Justice, equality. In fact, I saw a funny image in a video, short video, made by gays or homosexual, and the sign it says Allah love equality. And here you see how how a human being can be stupid and silly. We are in the year 2024, and there is some stupid people who they really believe in such a stupid thing. Like, let me show you. Actually, I found the image. You know, Allah love equality. I mean, this is really good, huh? Isn't it? Let us show you. Let me share the screen. Allah love equality. I mean, those people are really mentally ill. But how you can explain to them? They are in denial. So it doesn't matter how much you try to explain. The stupid person is going to stay stupid. He don't like to be not stupid. It
I
hurt.
guess CP, I guess Elon Musk said it rightly that we have to send them to Gaza or to Palestine to live there for a while and to see how life looks like to live under Sharia law.
Yeah, Allah, look, Allah love equality. Do you see it? I mean, if we send you to Iran, they will, they will literally they will screw you.
Oh yeah, exactly. They cut them in pieces.
No, 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 they will rape them
And
first. No, no, trust me, they will rape them.
oh yeah, yeah, so true.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they will rape them.
honestly, the police, like here in so where I live or where you live in European country in America, if you stand next to the police, you feel safe. But my goodness, if you can, if you know, if any morality forces or any police catch you, the first thing a mother think about the kids is they're gonna rape him. They're gonna rape her. They're gonna kill him in the van. You know, lot of bad things can happen
The,
in jail. So
the funny is they kill you because you are a gay, but in jail they have sex with you,
yeah, yeah,
which means they are
yeah.
gays.
That's
Which means they are gays too. You know.
yeah.
This will remind me of when a bunch of Muslims they came to the caliphate and they said to him, "We've been led by a gay who is tempting us." So he said to them, "Oh, in the prayer is the best of deed. So do what the best of deed. Don't worry about it." And then, but you read the story, you ask yourself, how the Muslim men uh, are tempted by a gay unless they are gays too. I mean, a man he is bending in front of you, and how you are being tempted. What exactly?
Wow.
What like how in the world unless you are a gay? So obviously the society, Islamic society, it's very much homosexual, but in the appearance they reject it, and in the practice they practice it. All those stories here about gays living in the house of Muhammad, the companions, etc., uh, uh, you know all over.
And this is what happened a few months ago. In one of the cities in Iran, the CEO, or let's say the boss of the morality police in one city, the video came to surface that he was homosexual.
Yeah,
He has wife and kids and like he has a great family, but in darkness he was with another guy, and the video came out, and just the government tried to sweep it under the carpet and said, he repented. He's okay now.
yeah, yeah. He repented. Now he is using zucchini. Excuse my language. All right, my
And the
friend.
last thing, before I was talkative, and the last thing Bahai says, um, in regards to that, you like all religions are united, and they also they very blunt to say that Baha'u'llah is a return of Jesus, and Jesus' resurrection was a spiritual resurrection. It wasn't like a bodily resurrection. And yeah, they refer to one of the verses in the Bible. My cousin said, it says, you shall see the fruit. We didn't offer any bad fruit to the society. We always talk about the friendship, love, unification of all religion and these kind of things, we didn't have any bad results so far based on the Bible.
Well,
So what?
people they come with stupid philosophy and they die with it. Like now, Allah love equality, but what homosexuality have to do with equality anyway? I mean,
Yes.
how in the world the way you have sex is connected to equality? I have no idea. But as you see, everyone when you concentrate in one area of your life, in their case, like a gay, he concentrate in his anus. The lesbian, she concentrate in her vagina. So that's it. Their word became vagina and penis and anus. But a human being is not a vagina and not a penis. We are not animals who live for our private part. Private part is exist for a reason, and when we make it the reason to live, that means we have something wrong in our aim of life. Muslims, they worship Allah the same reason those people they carry their flag. The reason is sex. Sex. You know, in heaven of Allah, you will have unlimited sex. Allah will make your penis endless. A woman, but vagina will be fit for that. In heaven of Allah, men, they can have sex. Men and children, they can have sex. Whatever was forbidden, this is what the idea of Islam is. Whatever was forbidden in earth is not going to be forbidden in heaven. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, you were saying something?
Oh no, I just want to thank you, CP. God bless you, and hope you have a long, long life with full health, and then we can, benefit from your knowledge. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. God bless you.
Thank you.
Do we have any Muslim would like to join us? Any Muhammadan from the religion of Allah love equality? Is it true that Allah love equality? Is that really serious? Are you serious, Muslims? That Allah, He love equality? If there is anyone here from the LGBTQ FOYY meme NGF 2UWHA community would like to join us and tell us how Allah love community? Love equality, sorry. Anyone?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Cheney. You're Cheney yourself here?
Yeah, I'm Dick Cheney, dude. You know
Okay.
me?
Yeah, sure.
No, okay, good. Just to summarize, I'm actually an ex-Muslim. I'm an atheist, but I appreciate the work you're doing, and honestly, just keep it up, man.
But why you leave Islam, my friend? I mean, do you know what will happen to you now? Do you know what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get the 7240s, my guy. It's so sad.
No, I have more bad news for you.
What?
Do you know about that? What Allah will do for those who will leave Islam?
Describe it.
I don't know how to describe it. Guys, if you are, you have to be 6 and above to stay with us, please, because only mature people, they can hear this. All right? So you have to be
Yes.
6 and above, like the mother of the believer, Aisha.
Yes, exactly.
According to the Quran, Allah will insert in the anus of the disbelievers 70 cubit chain, and each ring of it have equal iron to the whole iron of the world.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is chapter 69. And look, it's a miracle. Listen, it's a miracle. 69. Look. Subhanallah. It is 69. Chapter 69 and the anus.
Yeah, you see? This is the wisdom of Allah.
And then you read the interpretation. If you read the interpretation, you will die laughing,
Yani, I'm just curious, like, why is their God so obsessed with anus and women and, sex? Like, why is their God so obsessed with this stuff?
Because anus, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad, he was He was a very innocent man. What we can say, you know.
Yeah. So
Why you are
back to
laughing,
your
guys?
point.
I don't like people who disrespect Prophet Muhammad. What's wrong with this guy? I mean, look,
Yeah.
guys, I did not disrespect him. He is the one is laughing. Did I say anything? I just I just wrote 4 books about Muhammad, and I made 10 million videos about Muhammad, making fun of him. But always I respect him. Always.
Yeah, you love the Prophet, dude. You know, this is the hikmah of dude. No, CP, look, you don't understand. The reason why you always insult Muhammad is because you don't have the hikmah of Allah and His Messenger, so you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
know the wisdom.
You know you know what hikmah mean? I don't know if you speak Arabic. I mean, this Arabic
I
is really
speak
funny.
Arabic. I speak
You
Arabic. Yeah,
speak Arabic. حكمة.
yeah. Amen.
حك يا عمي حك. Okay, anyway, so thank God I don't go live in Arabic. If I go live in Arabic, people would die laughing, honestly, because then
No,
I will be
yeah.
in my full strength of language. In English, I'm limited, but in Arabic, it's a disaster. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like you'll commit a genocide against the Muslims, you know?
I know. That's yeah, free Palestine,
Yeah, queers for Allah, dude. You know, it's like chickens for KFC, you know?
Yeah, stupid nation. But anyway,
Yeah,
this
so,
is and I'm trying to just to make you change your mind because
mhm.
Allah, and by the way, I mean I don't know if Muslim can explain to us how the anus of the man is not even half inch. I mean, how big your anus, Muslims? How Allah will put a chain, and this chain, every ring of it have more than all the iron in the world. I'm serious. It's not only a
MashaAllah,
chain.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, I mean, and why from his anus? So, okay, what if it's a female? Still from her anus too?
Yeah, but Christian Prince, you know, I deserve it because I committed genocide in Iraq and Afghanistan, so Allah's gonna like do it
Yeah,
real bad for
yeah,
me.
yeah. In the name of Allah. Yeah,
Yes, in the Bismillah. Anyways, yeah, so back to your question about why I left Islam.
yeah.
Well, I actually, surprisingly, it was actually because of you. I came across your videos, and I must say, I also came across Sam Shamoon, Apostate Prophet, David Wood. I must say, your videos are just absolutely mind blowing, and I mean, it's just a lot of the stuff you prove, a lot of the stuff you present is irrefutable. Like no one can refute this stuff.
Yeah, in other channels, they make speeches. Here we concentrate in reference. Right away, when I mention something, I put it in the screen and we read it together. And that make it
Yeah,
what can change the mind of people, because I can make a speech about Islam from now until tomorrow, but you did not give me a proof. You made a speech, Muhammad was a child molester, Muhammad did this. People need to see, and this is what hurt Muslims. This is why they don't dare to come here. You will see them going to
exactly.
do, they want to debate people who do not know Islam very much and they don't speak Arabic specifically. So they can say to them, it doesn't say that, CB,
It doesn't. No, yeah. I always like listen to. Oh, you know, you need to read the Arabic, brother. You know, it doesn't say that. You know,
Yeah,
you are lying.
yeah,
You're an Islamophobe. You know.
this is why sometimes I play with them. I say, I do not know Arabic, you read it for me,
Yeah, yeah.
And then
But
he
Christian
started,
Prince
yeah, and then he started
don't.
schooling me. Says, see, okay, let me teach you now. And then later I spank him and I show him I know Arabic. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but see,
I
yeah,
prove
yeah.
that I
Just
speak
to
many
say.
languages, including the language of
Mhm.
Zakir Naik.
Yeah. Don't you know Allah? Don't you know the angels created everything? It wasn't Allah did.
Exactly. I mean, this sheikh from Senegal, he got us busted, man. I mean, this potato, he didn't, I mean, he fabricated his story is hilarious. But they are
My
gold,
brother, Allah create the angels. Allah,
He-
the angels do everything for Allah. The
yeah,
angels sending the
and
prophet.
are you sure? Ultimate part, yes, I insist and I persist. Let me prove it to you. Telling to me the angel created everything. So what Allah? And then they ask the Muslims who is the creator, they say Allah. Like what the heck?
Yeah, Allah hates farming as well, dude.
Yeah, well, it is very funny. Let us see, maybe we have a Muslim, I don't know. We have
Yeah,
Azuz.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, thank you very much, and you know, God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Azuz, are you a Muslim?
No.
Are you a Muslim, Azuz?
Well, I was a Muslim. I don't want to say my religion now because I'm afraid I'll get like recognized. But I just have one question for you,
Uh,
Christian Prince.
but why you left Islam as
Uh,
yours? I mean, why everybody leaving Islam? What's wrong?
well, I think the main reason that I'm questioning my religion is I've been watching a lot of these YouTube videos, and especially I started with Nabi Asli, if you know that channel.
Uh-huh.
It made me basically completely leave Islam. I educated myself in these surahs,
Okay.
um, and I basically left the religion. I couldn't bear to continue because lies. They taught me lies. They didn't tell me the truth about Islam. They sugarcoat their religion as if it's like how do I say this? Sorry, my English is not my language, but they sugarcoat the good ayahs and leave the bad ayahs alone, so that Muslims don't have knowledge of enough knowledge of their religion. They stay locked with their religion. They anyhows. I wanted to ask one question. Today I challenged Yeshua, God,
Hmm.
to show him to show himself to me. Okay?
Okay.
So it's a pretty straightforward challenge, right?
Hmm.
I go to YouTube, and you know how these shorts you see on YouTube, they show you like an image, and then if you squint your eyes or look closely at it, you see like the picture of Jesus in it.
I'm not sure what is. Okay, and
Yeah. So basically, I was like scrolling through a short on YouTube. I don't like didn't how do I say concentrate on the title. I just lean my phone a little bit and I see a picture of Jesus right in front of me. I say, okay, that no problem. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I go turn off my computer and I turn on Instagram Reels. First thing I see, picture of Jesus.
that's beautiful.
And I've been like, it's not just that. I go dream, I see Jesus in my dreams. I say, oh, okay, maybe I'm just involved in this situation. Maybe I'm just involved in this stuff. I've been having a lot of stuff thinking about Christianity, and maybe I'm just dreaming about it, but it's not stopping.
Hmm.
I slept twice today, and I'm still dreaming about Jesus. So my main question is, what sources do you recommend for me to understand the main idea of Christianity? Because I'm not I'm currently an atheist. So I don't really believe in the idea of the Trinity. I don't like really believe in it. I think of it as, how do I say in English? It just doesn't get to my mind. So what sources do you recommend for me to learn about Christianity more and understand the Trinity more?
Well, you know, the Trinity, if we say we want to understand, the understanding is very limited for God because, if I say how God can say, let be light and light was, can I understand that? No. I mean, God power, it is beyond understanding. Can I understand how Jesus commanded the dead and the dead came from the grave? No. How I can explain it? I cannot explain it, you know. Or what I know that this is God power. So when we speak about God, which we call him Almighty for a reason, that Almighty have that title for no one can explain his might, his ability. So if you try to explain how God can be three and one, as if you are saying that this God must be limited, so I can accept him. The God of the Christians, nothing can limit his power. So he can be three and one. I cannot. You cannot. He can. For he is the Almighty God. So either we accept that he is Almighty God, and what is logical for us doesn't work for him because he is above logic. Like when Jesus walked in the water, is that logical? No. Jesus is born of a virgin. Is that logical? Absolutely not. It's even against science. When Jesus made the blind see by putting some mud on his eyes, have you ever heard of such a surgery? No way. So either we say that we believe that God is powerful, or we design God the way we wish, and we say, I like God not to be three and one. He's more convincing for me, so I like this way, not that way. However, if you look around you, you will see that everything around you is based on those three. As an example, you yourself, you have a flesh, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a soul?
Yes.
Do you believe you have a soul?
I do.
Do you believe that if your brain stop, your heart will stop and the rest of your body will stop?
I do.
Well, your conscious, your flesh, your soul, three, but all of them is you. Three of them, they make you as a person. If one of them is gone, you are gone. And this goes for you as a human. So God who created us, he left his fingerprint in everything around us. The golden ratio or the beauty ratio, which is 1 to 2, number 3. The water, H2O, 3. The sun, the light, the air. I mean, everything around us. Life is based on number 3 in everything. So God don't leave himself without, let us say, witnesses. Nature witness to God. You know, like you know, there's a false cult sect. It's called they do modalism. We Christian, we don't believe in that, but some Christian, if you use for them some example of nature, they will say, oh, he is using modalism. No, we don't believe in that. But just to make it simple for those who don't believe in Jesus yet, if you look at the sun, you will see the star. But then you will receive the light. But then when the light comes to you, you will feel the heat. Now, the sun is there, is a star. It's a physical being, exist, or object. And then light is a moving physical transmission, if we can say. I'm using my limited English. And then the heat, which we cannot see, it is invisible. So the easiest way to explain God, the Father, he sent his begotten Son as a light for the world. And when we receive the Son, we receive the heat in our heart, which is the Holy Spirit. Yet the heat, the light, and the Son is one. In Christianity, we have a three-person, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. One is invisible, but with us. One, he came visible to us. And one, as the Father, he is in heaven, he is with his full glory. So when Jesus came to this earth, God created Adam in his image, which means the image of Adam is already the image of Jesus. Jesus came to this earth and he is born as a human. He humbled himself so he can be between us. God's glory is impossible for man to handle it. So Jesus, he humbled himself. He come to us as a man, as a humble man, who walk with us, who talk to us, he speak like us. So people who says, I want to see God like you today. What is God? Why does God don't show himself to me? Well, in Christianity, the only one who did it is the God of the Christians. He come between us, he walked between us, and even ate with us. So if you are looking for God, there's many gods. If you are looking for a God, based on your design, the way you like, you can design as you wish. But if you are looking for the truth, and God the way he is, not the way you wish, I don't tell God how to be. I don't tell God, oh, I don't like you to be 3, or maybe, what if God, he says I'm 4? What God if he says I am 7 and 1? Can I question God? You know, we cannot. Either we accept that he is God Almighty. We can question to learn, and we can accept or reject in Christianity. But if you're really a person who believes that God exists, then you should not be kind of a hypocrite who fool himself and say, I'm going to accept a God who makes sense to me. Because what makes sense when it's come to God? Nothing. Does it make sense that God can create everything so easy in a few days? It doesn't make sense. To build a house, it takes you maybe a year or two. You know, to study the eye, to be a doctor, eye doctor, it takes you 5-6 years. So just to study the eye, not to make an eye. So what makes sense to me as a human, when it's come to God, either we accept that everything is possible with him, or we say, I am going to accept God, who there's things is impossible for him. Like it's impossible to be 3 and 1. But if it is impossible for him to be 3 and 1, then he cannot be God. He lost his qualification right away to be God. The Bible makes it clear that nothing is impossible with God.
So, I think I was in an Assyrian server with a couple of friends, and one of them was named Sakura. He would invite me always to Discord and teach me about the Bible and stuff. We started with Genesis, and the way you explained it, it was the same way he explained it. It's close enough to it. It's like as if God wanted to send his soul to us to teach us the true way of God. And he actually, in fact, showed me a verse in the Quran itself to disprove the Quran. I believe it was like وَأَمَّا عِيسَى فَهُوَ كَلِمَةٌ اللَّهُ وَرُوحٌ مِّنْهُ. I think it was like that.
Yeah.
And he showed me also a verse in the Bible. It's the exact same verse, but it was changed somehow. So like it's as if Muhammad copied it in the Quran, and he take it from the Bible of John.
Yeah, he took it from John chapter 1, verse number 1 and verse number 14.
Exactly.
So the Quran repeat that more than one time, you know. But here you see the issue is Muhammad is an idiot. He stole things, and those things will destroy Islam, because if you ask Muslims, is Muhammad the word of Allah? They will say no. Is Abraham the word of Allah? They will say no. The only one is called in Islam the word of Allah is Jesus. And God and his word is one. We cannot separate God from his words, because the will of God is his word. The mind of God, the command of God, the wisdom of God, the knowledge of God, simply the word of God is God. So if Jesus is the word of God, that means he is the might of God. In the New Testament, in the book of John, the word there is used as logos. And logos not only just a word. Logos means the will of God, the mind of God, the plan of God is God. Logos is way more than just a word. So Muhammad, he took the word, he took the logos, he put it in his Quran, and the Muslims, in order to fix it, they add things like as you see on the screen. They says he is a word, and then he said be. But in the Quran, nowhere it says this be here in this verse. Same time, if Jesus is the word of God, how he can be the word be? Because you know, if God say be Jesus, that does not make Jesus the word of God. That makes Jesus Jesus. Correct? So if I say be a TV, TV would be not the word be. It's not the word, you know what I mean? So when they say that Jesus is the word of God, the meaning of be, that is even more stupid. because first of all, Allah never created anything by saying be. Neither Jesus, neither Adam, according to the Quran. In the case of Adam, Allah He breathed. Allah He makes mud. Allah He made He makes dirt with water, and then He fashioned a human being, and then He breathed into it. But so Allah did not say to anything, nothing in the Quran created by saying be, and it was. So when the Quran speak, the Quran make poo-poo, and Muhammad, when he copied those things, he himself actually, let us say, he defeated himself. Jesus, the only one, is because if the Quran saying Jesus is the word of God, well, that means Muhammad is the word of God too. That means Abraham is the word of God. That means everybody is the word of God. No, that's not true. And when the Quran says the similarity between Adam and Jesus, that Allah, He said to him, be, and he was, that is a big poo-poo, because simply Allah did not say to Adam, be, and he was. Allah took him at least 40 years just to dry the mud of Adam. 40 years, according to Muhammad. Allah, after He fashioned the mud and He dried the mud, which took Him 40 years, then He breathed into the mud. Allah, after He breathed into the mud, which is now supposed is going to be Adam, Adam said to Allah, finish me before the sun set. So where Allah, He said be to Adam, and he was. So Islam is stupid, and we cannot compare between the Holy Gospel and this hole in the narrative book. But I say to you, as long as you are looking for the truth, and today you ask Yeshua to show himself, and you saw many images, as you said, I say to you, I advise you not to do as many people they do in their life. People, they do in their life many mistakes, even when they seek marriage. Like a man, he want to marry a woman, he put in his mind certain look, certain eyes, certain hair, even maybe he name her. The moment she do the same, she want a man like this, his eyes like that, his height is like that, he speak like this, he have a degree like that, and then they go into society and they get lost because this person never show up. So either you are looking for God the way He is, or you are looking for imaginary God, which will never be there, because first of all, He is imaginary. He's not real. So either we want to find the real one and we follow Him as He is, or we are people who they are looking for imaginary, then you can just go and live your imaginary life. It's up to you. You choose.
Yeah. So about the B thing, I went into Discord servers and asked the same question. I don't know if it's their insecurity in their religion, but I got kicked off. They just told me that it just meant be. Kun fayakun, and in their own sense. And they just can't explain it. And okay, they took it from the Bible, Gospel of John, and Muhammad, like just basically straight up put it in the Quran without any explanation. How can he be, if he is the Word of God, if he is the Son of God? The Quran claims it. It says that he is the Word of God and he is Kalimatullah wa ruhun minhu, right? Okay,
Yes.
so it's pretty clear. Like the Quran does not need any explanation. It's the most clear book as it claims. That's one thing that confused me. Another thing is the Quran. I'm not sure what verse or surah, but I think someone told me that Jesus, son of Maryam, as they say, is the sister of Aaron, is the brother of Aaron or something.
Yeah, sister
I
of
don't recall.
Yeah.
Sister of Aaron.
Yes.
And isn't that like 5,000 years ago? Jesus was like 2,000 years ago. How does that make sense?
Well, it's not that. I mean, it is. You can go check exactly the date, but Muhammad here, he made a mistake, obviously. but this is not the first time Muhammad he makes such a thing. The Muslim they try to cover it when a rabbi he came to Aaron, to Muhammad. He told Aisha, Maryam, the mother of Jesus, have nothing to do with Maryam, the sister of Aaron. So Muhammad is a very stupid idiot. There is a woman, her name is Maryam, and she is the sister of Aaron, and she is the sister of Harun, of Moses. So the stupid Muhammad, he thought those are the same people, but this is a mistake. He tried to fix it, and the Muslim they were able to say, oh, you know what? The Prophet said they used to call them by their ancestor at that time, or their great prophet. But that cannot be fixed no more, because the mistake repeated in different way when Muhammad he made Maryam the daughter of Imran. Imran is the father of Maryam, the sister of Moses. So now we have two things confirmed that Muhammad was making a mistake. Maryam is the sister of Aaron, and Maryam is the mother of Jesus. Suddenly she became the daughter of Imran, which in the Bible is Umram, not Umran, and he made the mistake again, and now there is a whole chapter in the Quran called Al Imran. So suddenly Imran became the father of Mary when Imran have nothing to do with Mary, period. He is not even from the same tribe, and there is long distance of time between them. So the stupid Muhammad, obviously he made a bad mistake. He learned from the Jews that there is a woman, her name is Maryam, sister of Aaron, sister of Moses, daughter of Imran. Muhammad he put it in the Quran, and now it's too late for him to fix it. It is became Quran. What you will say? I made a mistake. It's too late.
Wow. It's full of contradictions. It's as if the Quran is not beautifully written as it claims. It's not perfect as it claims. It's not certainly.
When they say beautifully, that is very silly. If the Quran is beautifully written, why do they have to sing it? Why something is beautifully written, I have to make it sound better by singing it, because human voice is not what Allah said. Allah did not sing the Quran as the Muslim they did do now. So this addition to the Quran, it's coming from where? If you go and see what the Arab they said about the Quran, the Arab they did not see the Quran something amazing. The Arab they find it very silly, and they laugh at it. The Muslim, when they say to us, nobody can make Quran like this, and it was astonished, and the Arab they were astonished with it. But look, all of those verses saying, the Arab they say this is nothing but fairy tales of the ancient. And not only that, they say even we heard like this before. So there is obviously Muhammad was copying somebody else who's making Quran or something like that, and Muhammad copying it and put it in the Quran. They said clearly, we heard something like this and we can speak like this. We have heard before, and if we wish, we can speak like this. This is nothing but the fables of men of old. So the Arab, they were not amazed what the Muslim called the amazing Quran. The Arab, they were laughing at it. And this is why we are asking Muslims to join us, but nobody dared to join. I mean, what is amazing in the Quran? Look at this Quran. One verse, the verse before it does not fit with the verse before it. Does not fit with the verse before it. There's nothing. I mean, the Quran is a stupid book. Like, look at this as an example. Lu, the worst of beasts in Allah's sight, are the deaf, the dumb, and who have no sense. Okay.
It's just full of insults. It has nothing logical in it.
It's okay, insult, no problem. But isn't it Allah is the one who says He is the one who made them dumb? and he is the one who deceived them, and he is the one who made them deaf. So how they are the worst, and how they are the victim in the same time? If Allah is the one who made them deaf, then I cannot complain that they are deaf. So here you will see the Quran saying this. Chapter 2, verse number 7. Allah has set a seal on their heart, on their hearing, and on their eyes is a veil. Okay. But then how he say the worst are the one who they are deaf? You see, in the Old Testament, there is a phrase in the Bible about God, he sealed their heart. This is when they are done. That's it. There's no salvation for them, which means they cannot come back. That's it. Like the day when you die, you cannot fool God. You cannot pretend. You cannot say, hey God, you know, now I know that I'm going to go to hell. I'm going to repent. Here, God is the one who sealed their heart from before even he created you, before even he make you, before you are exist. He sealed your heart. He deceive you. He make you deaf. He make you dumb. And then he will punish you for the same reason he did to you. If we
Allah's the best of deceivers.
Exactly. So if Allah, here we go. Look at this. In their heart is a disease, and Allah has increased their disease. Okay. So is Allah sending a book to guide or to increase the disease? You know, when the Jews complain about Jesus associating himself with sinners, what Jesus said? I came for the sick, not for the healthy. And this is why the Messiah is the Savior. Allah here saying that if you are sick, he will make you more sick. So where is the guidance of Islam? So okay, if somebody now, how the Muslim they say that somebody he was making fun of Muhammad and now he converted to Islam. Okay, when he was making fun of Muhammad, was he sick? They will say yes. But isn't it the Quran says Allah will increase his disease? Which means will make him make more fun of Muhammad? How he convert to Islam? So this verse have many contradictions. Either Allah, as they claim he guide, or Allah do misguide and increase the disease in their heart. And you know, the Quran make it so clear that Allah guide not who he misguided. No one can guide the one who Allah misguide. All right. As long no one can guide the one who Allah misguide. So what was the job of Muhammad exactly?
Just guide people even more to spread the word of Allah.
Read it. It says here, for those who Allah. Look at the first translation, thrown out. You speak Arabic. It says, you know, Man adalla Allah, wa man yudlil Allah, falan tajdu lahu sabila. Look at the translation. Look at the Hebrew translation. For those who has Allah thrown out where? It says he deceived them. I mean, look how they lie in the translation. We change the translator. Let us see different, Abdul. Look here. We just change the translator. Look, it turned different. He whom Allah sent astray, for him though, O Muhammad, cannot find a road. Okay, this guy is translating literally. So you cannot find a way for him. Way of what? Of salvation. Okay. So what Muhammad sent to who? Allah, he was sent to Allah, to the one who Allah guide already? I mean, do you see how stupid this verse is? If Allah, and not only that, Allah is questioning Muhammad. He's saying to him, are you seeking to guide whom Allah sent astray, you idiot? Okay, well, hold on. So Muhammad was sent to guide who? The one who is already guided, that means he's a Muslim already.
Wait, so Allah is saying that I already misguided them, but I sent you to guide them? What? That does not make sense.
If Muhammad was sent, yeah, either Muhammad was sent to guide the one who don't believe in Allah, right? And which means they are misguided. Or Muhammad should not seek to guide the one who are misguided, which Allah misguide them.
That's funny.
Stupid religion. Anyway, I hope I explained to you about the Trinity, and I hope I was able to help you in that part.
Yes.
Do you have another question about the Trinity?
I will. Honestly, I'm trying to look more and further into it, but your explanation really helped. It's I'm trying to get more ideas and more explanations from people, and I think the more I get, the more I'll understand it. But thank you for this, and
Make it simple. Before you go, just think about it in a simple way. If God is Almighty, and He is the one, I want to believe in Him that He is the creator of everything. I cannot question why He is 3 and 1, because if I question that, I'm questioning His ability. So either I accept that He is Almighty, which means He can be 3 and 1, He can be 4 and 1 if you want, He can be 1,000,000 and 1. This is Him. Who is He? This is who I cannot decide to God how to be. So either, we as a Christian, we don't say, okay, I will accept God only if He is a 3 and 1. No, this is not the reason. We accept God as He is. God, He said, I am 3 and 1. That's it. If Allah, the God of the Muslim, He said to them, I am 7 and 1, do you think they would dare to question? No. They are hypocrite.
they can't even question.
So for us, it's a matter of belief, but we can question, we can reject. But to be Christian is the simple explanation for the Trinity is God is Almighty, and He is always the one and the only one who can do what is impossible. If it's impossible for me to be human and flying, well, it's not impossible for God to come as a man, and yet He can fly, and yet He can walk in water. Yet He is a man, but yet He can command the nature. Yet He is a man, but yet He can make the blind see. He is a man, but He can command death. He can command life. He can command demon. So how come the Muslims, they don't question? They question how God can be a man, but they don't question how man can be God. How Jesus suddenly can resurrect people from death. This is the act of God and God only. How Jesus in the Quran can create from the mother bird. This is the act of God only, for God only is the creator. How Jesus can tell you what you hide in your houses, as the Quran says, well, this is only the act of God, for nobody can see what is behind doors save God. He is the one who can see what you did in your past, what you will do in the future. So the Muslims are hypocrite. They question how God can be Jesus, but they don't question how Jesus is doing the act of God, yet he is a human. So they are a hypocrite nation, and they don't want to see the truth, for the truth is going to hurt them. And this is why Muslims, as soon they notice that Islam is stupid in the logic, and Islam is a religion trying to be logical when it's come to Jesus. The second you ask them about the Quran, they say logic is not acceptable. For us, we say logic is acceptable only when it should be acceptable. As an example, like the verse we see in front of us, either God wanna guide us or God don't wanna guide us. But I don't question if God can be in heaven. Well, He can. If He's God, He can. I don't question if God can be here and there at the same time. Well, God, He can be everywhere, because nothing is impossible for God. But even this one doesn't work with Islam. According to Muhammad, Allah, He come every third part of the night down to the earth, asking who is going to worship me, who is praying for me. So if Allah is Almighty, why he need to move from point A to point B to find out who is praying for him. And here, this story here, showing many stupid mistakes, because if Allah come every third part of the night, that means there's only 1/3 part of the night in the whole world. And that means Muhammad obviously believed the earth is flat. Plus, Allah is not almighty, for he cannot hear the prayer of Muslims unless he gets closer down to earth. His reception is limited. Number 3, Allah not all-knowing. Allah,
Wait, what?
Huh?
He cannot hear. Wait, I never heard of this.
As you see here in the
I've
screen,
never heard.
do you see my screen?
Yes, I see it.
Allah come down every third part of the night to the lowest heaven in the night, in the third night of the remainder of the night, and he says, who is calling me so I can answer him? So Allah, he come every third part of the night for what purpose? So he can hear those who they are praying. And this is a physically movement between point A and point B.
Wow.
So the first mistake here, what third part of the night? I mean, every few hundred kilometers there is different time.